Good morning, students. Welcome back to chemistry online class. The last class we have discussed about the extraction of aluminium, the physical properties of aluminium and its uses. I hope that you all studied the portion. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of aluminium. So under this 5 subheadings we are going to learn, that is the chemical reaction of aluminium with air, with water, with alkalis, with acid, and last how it acts as a reducing agent. Okay, 5 headings: with air, water, acid, base. The last one, it acts as a reducing agent. The first one, reaction with air. Aluminium does not react with normal air, that means at a dry air. We know that the melting point of aluminium is 660 degrees Celsius. When we heat beyond its melting point, that is nearly 800 degrees Celsius, at that temperature, aluminium starts to burn brightly in the presence of air and it produces oxide and nitride. Clear? When you heat aluminium beyond its melting point, that is nearly 80 degrees Celsius, at that time, aluminium burns in the presence of air very brightly to produce its oxides and nitrides. What are the oxides it produces? Means in the air, it reacts with the two elements, that is with oxygen gas and with the nitrogen gas, and produce aluminium oxide and aluminium nitrate, that is Al2O3 Aln, aluminium oxide and aluminium nitrate. That is the first reaction. The second one is reaction with water. At normal water, it does not react. That means with cold water, it does not react. Aluminium does not react with the water because mostly the aluminium will be in the form of, always coating will be present in the aluminium. That is mostly aluminium exists in the form of aluminium oxide, that is Al2O3. So it does not react directly with the water because of this oxide film. But when you heat the aluminium and send water in the form of steam, they undergo a chemical reaction and they release a hydrogen gas. Clear, students? At normal water, that is with cold water, it does not react. But when we are sending the water in the form of steam, at the same time aluminum also red hot, that is in heated condition, both will react and hydrogen gas is produced. That is the second reaction. What is that? Reaction with water. Reaction with water. At normal condition, aluminium does not react with dry air as well as with cold water, normal water. When they are heated to extent, they will undergo reaction, and with air it produces oxides and nitrides, and here with water they release hydrogen gas. The next one is reaction with alkalis. Reaction with what? Alkalis. That is reaction with the base. You can also say reaction with the base. Alkalis means the base, all the base that does not dissolve in water. The base which dissolve in water are called as alkalis. So the good basic strong alkali is sodium hydroxide, that is caustic alkalis. Caustic alkalis means sodium hydroxide. So aluminum undergo reaction with the strong alkalis such as sodium hydroxide and they produce aluminates, sodium meta-aluminate. Do you remember this equation anywhere or this step anywhere else? Yes, we studied this same in the extraction process of aluminium in the Bayes process, isn't it? Aluminium is reacted, that is alumina, Al2O3 is reacted with NaOH. At that time we will get sodium meta-aluminates. So they can react with caustic soda. Next one is reaction with acids. So we have strong acids, a dilute as well as concentrated acids. What are the two strong acids? HCl, sulfuric acid, or the strong acids, isn't it? They are considered strong acids. So they undergo both HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and H2SO4 sulfuric acid. HCl means hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 means sulfuric acid. Both undergo reaction with aluminium in both the form, diluted form as well as concentrated form of these acids have the ability to react with aluminium. And with HCl, they produce aluminium chloride, AlCl3, and the gas liberated is hydrogen gas. Okay, and also aluminium reacts with both the concentrated and diluted form of sulfuric acid and produce sulfates with the that is with the hydrochloric acid they form chlorides, with the sulfuric acid they form sulfates, that is Al2SO4, aluminum sulfate. But with concentrated form they produce a gas called as sulfur dioxide gas. With concentrated form of sulfuric acid, aluminum reacts and produce one more gas. Instead of hydrogen gas, here they produce the product water, and the gas liberated is SO2. Clear? But these aluminiums are inert or passive with nitric acid. They does not react with the nitric acid because instead of forming corresponding nitrates, they form aluminium oxide. It does not react with aluminium because it renders aluminium passive. It makes the aluminium inert by the formation of oxide film on its surface. Instead of forming nitrates, they form what? Oxides. They form oxides. Instead of forming aluminum nitrate, they form oxide film Al2O3, so that after forming Al2O3 it never reacts with nitric acid and there will be no further chemical reaction. So aluminum oxide become passive. That's a very important 2-mark question. Students, at the book back, take Roman number 8. In that second question, it is given there, name the acid that renders aluminium passive. Why? The answer is on this page number 116 in your book. Please mark this question, students. More to know. 116, more to know, it is given there. Diluted or concentrated nitric acid does not attack aluminium, but it renders aluminium passive due to the formation of an oxide film on its surface. What is that oxide film? Means Al2O3. Instead of forming nitrates, they form Al2O3. This is the answer. The last one, it acts as a reducing agent. In smelting process, we studied that the reduction metallic oxide is reduced into metal. Metallic oxides are reduced into the metal. For this reducing process, we can use aluminium. See here, iron oxide is given. Iron in the form of oxygen, combined with oxygen in the form of oxide O's. Now we are taking the aluminium, I'm taking the iron oxide and I'm adding it with aluminium powder. Little amount of aluminium powder you add to the oxides of iron and heat it. Ignition means what? Heating. When you heat it, while heating time, aluminium is more reactive with oxygen. Aluminium combines with oxygen and it forms a oxide film, that is aluminium oxide on its surface. At the same time, iron oxide is reduced into the metal iron. Clear? So, what is that? Aluminium is a powerful reducing agent. How it reduces the oxide was? While heating aluminium with the oxide ores, aluminium is highly reactive to oxygen. Hence, at once they form aluminium oxide and they what? Reduce the iron oxide into iron. Fe2O3 plus 2 molecules of aluminium gives Al2O3, isn't it? Aluminium reacts highly with the oxygen, so they form alumina. What is that? Aluminium oxide, Al2O3, so that the metal iron is reduced in the pure state iron plus heat is liberated. Clear? So it acts as a powerful reducing agent. Important book inside 2 mark. In page number 116, students mark that. That is subheading 5. Roman number 5, subheading 5, you mark that. Okay. Next one, uses of aluminium. Last class also we discussed, since it can be asked for 2 mark. Once again I am saying it is used for household utensils, means making vessels. Then it is used in electrical cable industries. Okay, cable wires, it contains this aluminium. And making aeroplanes and other industrial machine parts. Making aeroplanes, it's one of the important uses of aluminium. It is not in the pure form, it is in the form of alloy. We will use it for making aeroplanes. Why the aluminium is chosen for using or for making the parts of aeroplane? Means it's a low density, it is a lightweight metal, it's a silvery lightweight and more strength. It is lightweight, at the time it's more strength. Since the aeroplane has to shift its bodies, it should be a lightweight metal. So we are choosing what? The aluminium in the alloyed form. That is major composition, we will take aluminium and little it is added with other elements such as magnesium, manganese and copper. So important two alloys of aluminum are there. One is duralumin, next one is magnesium. Both are used for making aircraft parts. The pressure cookers that our homes are used of aluminum. Most of the percentage of pressure cooker is aluminum along with other metal. Scientific instruments are made up of magnesium. So aluminum plays important role in day-to-day our life. Clear? So in the next video we will discuss about what the extraction of copper. Before that, please you learn aluminum. It's a very important question. Extraction of aluminum thoroughly you study. Students, in this video I have attached some worksheet, that is evaluation part. The answer for the evaluation part also I have given. Please look at this and mark it on your book. Match the following, fill up, choose, isn't it true or false? Also I have given here. Okay, so please students look at this and mark the questions in your book. Okay, maybe for your exam this lesson may be included, so you write and take these questions. Okay, on seeing the video you copy down the answers of this question in your textbook. Okay, in the evaluation part is on the page number 121 and 122. So today's portion, a very important question is Roman number 8. Second question is there. Clear? So thank you students. So next class we will discuss about the next one, that is the extraction of ore. Clear? Extraction of ore we will